And once again, we definitely say salamta, greetings to each and every one. Blessed. Of course, you're now into the shock of the hour. Give thanks to Mystic Vibration. And this officially the third day of April. And of course, you know, we will be beginning that whole series now as it relates to the secret science in the cartoons. And before I go to the depths of that, I would just like to, you know, say a blessed love and what people would say a shout out to Sister Erica in Minnesota. Yes, Sister Erica, I did receive that email, and I know Sister Erica must be saying, "Oh boy, is he gonna read it?" But I'm not really gonna read the fullness of it, you know. But Sister Erica sent me an email, and people do send me emails from time to time, WhatsApp and different things, showing appreciation for, you know, the work that we do. But I must say that Sister Erica's letter, email was, you know, quite touching there. My sister means, I'm not going to read your whole letter, you know, don't be afraid. But she says here, from the time that I have been listening to you, it has changed my whole life. I've seen everything now in a different light. Even as I am typing this, I'm so choked up and the tears are rolling down my cheek. You do not know, honorable servant of the Lord, how much you have affected me. Now, the reason, well, I mean, she said a lot more, eh? I'm telling you, but I'm not going into all that, really. And, you see, it's a mystic thing, you know, even just thinking about it, and it's not, as I said, it's not just the good sister there, you know, because other ones comment, and I always try my best to reply to each one that comment. I mean, you know, a personal comment via email, WhatsApp, whatever, I definitely, because really, I'm telling you, as we would say, appreciate love or appreciate, well, I appreciate love. I do appreciate love those sentiments, because listen, life is about service, and some people are not even aware of the fact that an individual is actually a much more happier person when they give. That's why it's even said that it's better to give than to receive. So when you give your life as like a service, when in everything that you do and everything that you say, everything that you put your hand towards is supposed to benefit someone else. You want to inspire someone. You want to give a word that will uplift someone. You want to motivate someone, you know, you feel delighted when you know that you have transformed someone. And I'm just saying that this is what this work is all about. I'm speaking of myself personally. You know, it's all about a service. And there's I think there was this experiment done. I don't know exactly what they used, you know, as far as the sophisticated equipment to attach to those who partook of this experiment, but some people were given a specific amount of money. It would have been maybe $50 or whatever, and they were asked to spend it on themselves. And then I think, if it's not another set, the same people were given the same amount of money, whether it was 50 or whatever money it was, and then asked to spend the money on someone else. And according to the report, they basically bought the same thing, whatever it was, something, for themselves, and something, you could say they treated themselves, and when it was time to treat the other person, they treated the other person. And as I said, whatever the equipment was that the specialists use to get their results, the results that came out basically said that they had a higher level of appreciation, happiness, and joy when they were giving, to, instead of when they were taking their money and purchasing things for themselves. And it's a natural thing. It's a natural thing to have that giving spirit. That's why sometimes you have to, you don't have to, but that's why sometimes people push away children. Oh my, no, I don't need no help, Jack. Leave me alone. Well, mercy. Oh my. Because a child always wants to help. You go and try to lift up a table. Just put your hands as if you're ready to lift up a table. And you're 2-year-old. You're 3-year-old. You're 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old. And if you're lucky, even your 7-year-old, because after that you get a kind of way, will run and come and try to assist you in lifting that table. And I'm just saying all of that to say, obviously, after a while, they beat things out of us because we're born with our quote-unquote natural instincts. Nobody taught us to suck no breast, but there we go. Natural instinct to do certain and specific things. But I'm just saying that it was naturally in us to help each other and assist each other. We have lost that. Totally. So that is what even some people prey on. That natural, somewhere in you lost somewhere, that natural nature of giving. And people prey on that. But when we say giving now, the point I'm making overall is that it is naturally, within me, and I'm honored and greatly, overjoyed to know, believe me, to know that I have inspired someone, again, motivated someone, again, transformed or assisted in the transformation. Oh, come on, man. What a feeling. And that's why I said, I think in a few episodes in our previous programs, I was saying something. I think it was in the Black Panther video that we did. I was expressing the weight of responsibility that comes upon a person when he or she has a doctrine and a philosophy and a theology that they continually spit out and express to people. And then people start to say, yeah, man, that's the truth. Yeah, I believe in what he's saying. That's a lot of responsibility you're putting on your shoulder. I'm telling you. Suppose what you're talking ain't so. And that's why I pointed out that many people are saying many things. But anyway, I'm just saying I'm thankful. That's my main point, because that's not the subject. I'm thankful, definitely to everyone, that even if you've never sent a letter or anything, it's all right, I'm thankful that I could touch a heart and touch a soul and touch a spirit and inspire a one. That's all. Everything is good. You don't have to worry about nothing else. Give thanks, and most people know once you contact me, even if it's, and I see your spirit is there, we usually even just still send you a program. So it's about the love. It's about the spreading of the message, and that's how you should live your life, my brothers and sisters. Always live your life in the service of others. Believe me, it carries a high level of frequency, you know, and you may not, we have been taught the wrong way, so you do not even know that that's what life is really all about, Yeah, so when we even revere the Christ figure and say, wow, he came and gave his life for us, you see, we're all taken up because he had to come and show us that that's what life is about. Giving your life for your brothers and your sisters, but that's a natural thing, it's naturally within you. Yeah. The secret science behind the cartoons. Now, this is just the first episode of this series that we're getting into now. I do not know how long the series is going to last. It ain't going to last, it's going to be first. Check the words. And this is what we're going to speak about now. The words. You see, now anyone that has followed us and listened to our different documentaries, I'm sure you have taken in our lecture that we did several years ago in Tortola, Fairy Tale Folly Days and Nursery Crimes. The lecture, most of you would have at least seen it, maybe at least once, And of course, you have Fairy Tale Folly Days, Nursery Crimes, The Judgment. You basically can find these on the internet. They're there, You find them on the YouTube. Yeah, you can just find them. Don't worry about that. Now, so I'm sure many ones, and even those who have, kept up with the mission and kept up with the work, even on our YouTube channel at this specific time, we there's a documentary we did, I think it's less than a year ago or maybe about such, specifically dealing with cartoons, the secret messages within the cartoons decoded in the Bible. So the point I'm making is that, and these videos also, before I make the point, these videos, you can see them, as I said, right on my channel, the hidden messages decoded in the Bible, the hidden messages in cartoon decoded in the Bible, that's right here on my YouTube channel for those who would be viewing this on the YouTube. And of course, as I said, the other documentaries, they're about in the internet. You just have to type it in and you'll find it. Someone has it there, and you'll see the lecture and you can see the judgment. But again, most ones have an idea of the science that we've dropped already. So obviously, us doing a series now, yes, we're doing a series. This is a radio series, I would admit. So we will cover a lot of what we've covered, without a doubt. But it's designed for the radio. But we're going to be going into this on another level. So this is different stuff, because obviously the time is moving on. So the whole Winnie the Pooh without the shirt, wearing the shirt and no pants, and we'll get into Bugs Funny and all of that, and I know a lot of people are waiting to hear the science behind Mickey Mouse and all of that. Yes, fair enough. But the first thing I want to begin with is this: you should never, ever again refer to your children as kids. This is how we're going to get the ball rolling. You should never, ever refer to your children as kids. Oh, well, come on, man. This is just words, I mean, come on, words. Okay, so here we go. I know you have heard me, even if it's not on fairy tales, in general, outline that words are swords. Let us explain a bit more in depth. We're speaking a language that is not 500 years old. The language evolved, or I should say, was developed, to coincide basically with the enslavement of a people. Oh yeah. So the language now within itself, it's used in some very mystic and scientific ways. That's why you say words, you got to spell the words. Imagine that. So you got to spell the words. That alone is supposed to wake you up. Because we're dealing with witchcraft. We're dealing with, well, spells. So this is why in the whole science, it begins with a letter. So it's a cycle. The language procedure is a cycle. It's a 360. That's why within it, ones can get their degree and their degrees. It's Masonry, man. The language that we're speaking, it's Masonry. So you take a letter. You know, I posted a letter this morning. Not that type of letter. Well, we're getting there soon. Anything that has the same name, you gotta check it out. But not that type of letter. So you take a letter, an A or a B or a C, a D or an E or an F. Because a BC, because the B is a very key animal here. The bee, the colony, the queen bee, the ruler of the colony. And as I said just a few days ago, they had an election right here in Antigua and Barbuda, the nation. And all the elected individuals, all the people that are now representative of the constituency that put them in their seat, now ministers, the vast majority of them, they all swore allegiance to Queen Elizabeth, her heirs and her successors. Nobody swear no allegiance to me. Nobody swear no allegiance to my neighbor. Nobody swear no allegiance to Old Palm Road or to St. John City. No, to Queen Elizabeth. Have you ever met her? To Queen Elizabeth. Man, you crazy. Straight up, I don't care what nobody have to say. To Queen Elizabeth, her heirs and her successors. Hey, it's like I'm stunned there. So I'm just showing you that within that whole framework, the queen be over the colony. No matter how independent you are, the queen over the colony. You understand? So a bee, the bee is a very high animal, you know. Angels move in the bees. Oh yeah. The bees visited the great King Gabriel Mascal at his birth. Lalibela. The bees, the bull and the bees, assisted in the Battle of Adwa against the Italians in the 1936, 37, 38 battle. Maybe in the Battle of Adwa too. You know, the signal of the bee that the mighty King of Kings would carry. So the bee, Tutankhamun's mask and the bee and all of that. So the bees, don't overlook the bee. Angels moving bees. The honey is the nectar of the gods. A BC. So here you have one sense, that is to see. A BC. A BC. DEF. ABC. DEF is deaf. So a BC. Then you have deaf. When you hear people have the rock and roll, Def Leppard. I mean, they know what they're up to, you know, man. Def Leppard. What kind of leopard is that? This Def Leppard business. A B, C, D, E, F. That's why we have showed you before, even down to the Q, R, S, T. That is the charis. U, V. That is the rays of the sun. So the whole alpha, bet. I bet you it is Masonic. 26 is the cycle, that's the letters in the alphabet, and 26 is the cycle of the equator of the sun. The electromagnetic field line of the sun. Is the science of the sun right in your alphabet, man. This is some serious stuff, you know. So look where you begin. That's the first thing they're doing. That's what you come now. Let's say ABC. That's how you start, you know. say A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3. Don't even begin with 0. 1, 2, 3. Wow. So you take a letter and you use this letter and you write, well, not that letter alone, but you use the letters and write words. And these same words, you put these words in a sentence with your punctuations and what have you, and then what do you call them, conjunctions, the full stuff. And then you take these words now and you form now a paragraph. And then from the paragraph now, you construct other paragraphs, and you it's well headed up and sincerely yours and whatever you have. You now have a letter. So you started this procedure with a letter. A, B, C, D, R. I is a letter. I, A, M. So these are letters. And you use all these letters to write a letter. You use all these letters, form them into words, which form themselves into sentences, which form themselves into paragraphs, which form themselves into a letter. So those who have created the language, don't laugh. You're laughing at me. Those who have created the language have crafted, I'm telling you, within the whole expression of the science, the serpent that bites its own tail, that has that circular formation. Brother Vaughan Benjamin Akibika has expressed that, I think, several times in some of his album covers, from even the days of Midnight up to now. The serpent biting its own tail. It's like a Vedic symbol, if I'm not mistaken, but it's a universal symbol. The serpent, biting its own tail. So I'm just saying the cycle, the circle. From a letter, you take the letter to form a letter. So they use these words, You've got to understand who you're dealing with. They use these words to hide things and still use these words. That's what it's all about. Great Scots, Batman. Holy smokes. The Riddler, and all of that. The Joker and all of that. It's to cipher things out. The real Batman in the house today. Holy Emmanuel, I. Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. I just gotta slip that one under the door, man. Wow. Yeah, some people like that just. So I'm just saying now. The word. So now that obviously gives you a better understanding now when we sing. Even in the Bible, Christ will come with the two-edged sword in his mouth. And with that two-edged sword he shall smite the wicked. Now, as we have expressed before, and I know everyone knows this, that the two-edged sword that Christ will come with in his mouth is not no video game Dungeons and Dragons or some kind of madness where knives flying out your mouth. No. And that's why even in the main theology you see the Kulkakan and the Quetzalcoatl and the Hero twins and different instances, you see knives flying out of people's mouth. Double-edged knives. Their words. Christ shall come with a two-edged sword in his mouth. His words. And I'm just trying to show you that the kidnappers, even in formulating their language, they show you that when you take the word sword and move the S from the beginning and put it at the end, you get the word words. Now, you're not mistaken. I'm telling you, these rapers or rapists sat around a table to devise all of this properly. Yeah. So now, when you take and look at the science, you take the S from one end and you put it at the other end. From one end, you put it at the other end, and the word becomes sword. Or sword becomes words, whichever way, because it's a double-edged. a double-edged, the S at both ends, it's a double-edged sword that shall be in his mouth. And with that, smite the wicked. I'm just trying to show you, even before we start to get into Daffy Duck and the Flintstones and the Jetsons, before we go there, because this is going to be a lengthy journey. Time we kill them all now, man. Execution style. Yeah, man, you gotta kill these characters, man. This ain't no little softy business, They have been invaded the minds of our children and of ourselves. They're rapers of our sanity. Huh? Man, invaders of our cultural mental capacity. These killers here. Huh? If you can listen good, the ambulance coming for them already, because we gotta dust them out. Yeah, I'm telling you. So I'm just showing you how the enemy is doing this from day one. From 3 months after you have that baby there, you better get back to work. You better get back to work. So whatever work you're doing, no disrespect to nobody, but whatever you are, you could be a policewoman, you could be an air hostess, you could be a waiter, you could be sweeping or mopping the floor. After 3 months, you done have the child, you're getting back to work. So what am I going to do with my baby? Well, you got to take it to the daycare. So they understand this science. They make sure that you release that child from that age, carrying it to this little strange building away from home now, where you have all these weird figures on the wall, Bugs Funny and SpongeBob and whoever else, these murderers, Barney, these maniacs, invading the mind, the innocent mind of a child. But then again, more than likely, I mean, these same ex-cons might be on her or his diaper, not diaper, Pampers. Yeah, the real thing. I mean, that's a next level altogether. Pampers, we never wear no Pampers. Diaper we wear, but mommy, wash that. But I'm just showing you. Who, me? Anyway, let's not get there. I'm just showing you now. Who you are. Let me get there. Some woman saying, who, me? Not know who you. Who, me? Me. I do that too, or something wrong. But anyway, let's continue. So that's your child, man. Let's continue. So these words, these same words, letter to letters, you write with your pen and your pencil, pen and pencil. That pen, the penal and the pen, the P-E-N and pen and penitentiary, the penal system and all of that. Pen. Remember, you're taking these words and you're making sentences. You gotta check them and them words. Careful what you write and what you sign. So you're writing on paper. Again, here comes the etymology. Paper comes from papyrus, and the papyrus is of the reed family of trees. The papyrus is of the reed. Hear that, no man? The papyrus is of the reed family of trees. And when you write on the paper, what you're doing? You're reading what you write. Wow. And read and read spell the same. No, read is spelled R-E-D. Not that read. R-E-A-D. Read is the same way you spell read. Like past tense of read. But the reed plant is R-E-E-D. Read. But it's not how it look at the book. It's how it sound coming out your mouth. These killers understand the science. So you're reading from the paper. The papyrus. The papel. The papyri. The papyrus. You read from the papyrus. The papyrus is the reed tree, the paper, the papel, and you're writing with your right hand. All a part of the science, and they catch you early. Imagine that. They train you to write with one of your hand, and then call it the right hand, like if the other one is the wrong hand. They just left that one aside. Wow. Imagine this, no man. what kind of killer is this? And you know, because I mean, I've witnessed this. You know, I've witnessed this. I've seen children being punished by getting licks for writing with the left hand, as they call it. We'll say, as Baba Shanti, the article hand. You know, yeah. Thanks, Pri Shimran, for the word. So when you take people like this say, I know people that know of this, saying that when they were young, old people, after slavery, but this sounds like slavery to me. They would tie the children, like band their arm, band their arm to their bodies. These institutions that we like to praise, and the abolitionists for opening up the first school for the slaves back in 18 whatever. They used to band the hands of the children. The article hand, the left hand, band it to your body. Imagine that. They do that around here. So you could only write with the so-called right hand. What kind of mentality is this? These killers, as if they study this science somewhere far away and come and try to implement this. Because they obviously understand, you know, the spiritual implications that will happen, that you will receive, and the judgment upon them when you write with your left hand. These words, right? How we come right? And write with a W. Here we go again. A next kind of a weird language, you know. Enough. There's no F in enough. I'm not cursing. I said this. What's wrong with you? There's no letter F in the word enough. G and H make the sound. I thought that was P and H. Phonics. You know, from the beginning, hooked on the phonics. There's no F there neither, but it's P and H. Okay, we work with that. So we cough. Where's the F in cough? Laugh. With no F in no laugh. What's going on here? What kind of language is this? It's a science, man. You gotta know the equation and the principle, and, you know, all of these different things. All right. Okay, so I'm just showing you now. That is why the so-called dialect or the patois, even that they beat out of us. Speak properly here. Of course, I will always encourage anyone to have a command of the language that you speak. You know, people always say, "Oh, I love how you speak." I mean, well, give thanks, but I know I don't have the command, really, of the English language. I mean, I'll speak. Yeah, I'll speak. But yet still we have a kind of talk that we bring from Africa. When we used to talk so in the plantation, master never know what we're saying. Sometimes you get frightened. I wonder what the people are saying over there. Well, he never said it like that. He said, what are the Negroes saying down there? So they call it the patois. So at least now I can say for sure where I'm from here in Antigua, the dialect is different. The closest thing you might get is from Jamaica, you see me? But it's still different. The words that we would use that they don't use, and maybe the same that they use and we don't use. But what it shows you though, is that there's a spark, a remnants of agency that we brought over here. That's why we refer to eating as nyam. Nyam is God. Boy, me get nyam something. Nyam. Almost every syllable. You know, get a ye and all these things, and you know, my Lord, and wase, and these are African cities. Wase. That's what we say. Wase, man, wase. Wagwan. And these different things, you know. So wagwan, you know, gimme, afumi. These are ancient African words when you actually start to study your Hausa and your Tree and your different African languages. And we have it in our dialect. That is why I'm sure. That's why I'm sure It is our African rawback dialect that you see how we talk wrong here. That they took and formulated. They're English. The H is silent. Yeah, I'm sure about that. But anyway, so this is why they understand this science now. And use it back to us in even the whole procedure. That's why I'm taking this from the kindergarten nursery level, you know. Nursery level. I've seen children getting licks for saying 1, 2, chi. Bly. The word is not chi. The word is 3. Bly, bly. Oh my. You better get it right when it comes to your turn. And the fact that they're counting 1, 2, 3, you could imagine the age group. Imagine that. What kind of wicked slave master society they bring us up in, brother. But anyway, not knowing that the tree outside in the yard, the trees that we all love so much, well, not we all, but some of us, we don't even tell the tree, blessed love, when we pass the tree. What kind of life is that? You need to bless the tree, you know. Hug the tree and give the tree a kiss and so, man. Hey, what's wrong with that? Hug the tree. What am I thinking? Crazy. So the business that hug the tree, they hug the pillow and hug teddy bear and hug all kind of. So hug. Look, you can hug the tree. Yeah. Tell the tree you love the tree. You depend on the tree. Or if it wasn't for the tree, you wouldn't be around here. As much as you feel you don't like vegetarian food and all of that talk, the tree have you alive. Even the rice you're eating is the tree. So you gotta give thanks for the tree. You know. I show you smoke ganja. Give thanks for the tree. You know, that's why when you go into the forest and you sit amongst the tree, you balance back yourself. You know, put away the stress, and the calmity now evolves into, a better serenity. Why? Because you're amongst the trees. The tree has a lot of energy, vibration, love. That's why it's called a tree. That's why it sounds like the Sanskrit word, the chi. The chi energy from the chakras, all Sanskrit again. The chi. The ancient divine force, the wheel of energy that aligns with the different points of light and inspiration, the chakras. From your crown, the solar plexus, the brow chakra, and all of these extra throat, whatever the case is, the chi energy. So the tree now, that's why it's good to hug the tree. The tree takes care of you, man, and suck out bad energy from you. That's why when you paint your room green and blue and all them kind of things, it helps you to balance off the tree again. So the tree naturally has a lot of chi. The tree has a lot of chi. And the whole one of the concept of the Trinity is the tree in one and the one in the tree. Boy, hear that? You hear what? I tell you, they would beat the youths, They would beat them for saying 1, 2, 3. Because the maniac that enslaved us understood the science of relating the number 3 with a tree. Because Osiris, the master of the Trinity, he's a tree. Rooted as a tree. He's seen green, the chlorophyll in his veins, the tree. I'm telling you the science. The tree of life, the healing of the nation. Christ as the tree. He shall grow up like a root and a branch. The seed of Jacob and Jesse and all them leaf and all of them trees we're talking about here. Yeah. I'm the vine and the fig tree, and anybody no fruit growing on me, the vine get cut off, all kind of talk. Because the tree is a very important element. Man, they have a part in Revelation that say, in that day, no one shall hurt no green thing. You say, yeah, they better legalize, as they call it, quick, because it's judgment coming down. The tree. And the tree has a lot of chi. the forests, plants in your house and your yard. Take care of them, water them. You ain't gotta talk to them. People say, "Oh, talk to the plants." It ain't about talking to your plants, it's loving your plant. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong, you can talk to them. But it ain't about, some people just talk to the plants because they watch some sitcom that says, so talk to your plants and sprinkle a little water, so they talk to the plant. You know, acting thing. Love the plant. And you ain't have to say a word. Just love the plant. Because it's about the energy, frequency, the chi. Good. Wow. I know it seems like a long point, but it's an important point. Because they know now why they take our chi, dren. Just chill. Chill. Our chi, dren. And put them in a nursery. They know why, because the children, C-H-I, chi, LD, child, R-E-N, ren, child or ren, children. The children are young trees. They are filled with that chi. That's why they have chi in their name. Their title, chi, children, child, chi, trees, young trees. Put them in the nursery. Put them in the nursery. Seedlings pop in. Nursery business we talking about. Young seedlings, Nursery, just, coming to their selves. Coming out of the dirt. Sucking on mother's breast. Not after 3 months. You better find a way to get that out and put it in a bottle, because it got to go to the nursery. We will feed it from there. And put on some fertilizers and some Evergrow kind of stuff. Yeah, that's what they're into. That's what happens when they take your child away and put them in the nursery. Oh man, what a system they have us in here, brother. Man, we gotta be strong people, We have to be strong, and we're not no together. Even those of us that are part of this group and that group, we still not know together. Wow. You know what I mean? We just lost. We just lost, man. I think it's nice to be talking this talk. You have a baby, you have to give them people your baby, man. Send your child to them schools. Oh, come on, man. Wow. They're feeding them, putting on fertilizers, and Evergrow. Never grow. So from the nursery, the next step is what? The kindergarten. It's spelled Garten, but it's pronounced garden. All right. Okay. So from a nursery to a garden, because the young child is a tree, chi, the chi energy. They're trying to beat the chi out of them. Talking about kids. This is why I'm saying words are so important. Words are swords. Words are life. The Bible speaks about the tongue. Life and death in this tongue. And soft answer does this and that to wrath and all kind of things. Because words are important. So you gotta watch the language that we've been given to yap, to speak. Even though I know you'd say, well, that's why we gotta speak this and speak that and speak the other. I have no problem with that, of course not. Or Hausa or Kiswahili, Amharic, Gaze, Meduneta. I got no problem with none of them things we gotta speak. I understand what you're saying, I totally agree. But you see, that which we speak in here, this one here, trust me, if you're gonna use it while you're learning the others, I'm telling you, there's some things you just kind of gotta look for. And although it's just words, when you comprehend certain things, certain words, you don't use them. Like even some of these so-called curse words, as they call them, the F-bomb and all of them things. I wouldn't advise nobody to use them kind of words. They know the energy, English is this. I know English is the indecent language. You ain't got to tell me that. But in the same way that I wouldn't refer to my child as no kid, it's the same thing with that. Because to be honest, there's certain rules, I mean, certain rules you just got to go along with. You know, let's say when you got to know your battle and know when to retreat and come again. I'll give you a perfect example of that. As they say, it's just a language. Yeah. Okay. Now the word gay. Now the word gay really means to be like happy, joyful. Okay. All right. How many people would tell someone, even though they're really happy and joyful, they would say, tell someone that they're gay? I'll definitely be straight. I wouldn't say it. You could say all you want, but boy, it's just the language. Well, you say it. Let me hear. Say it, let me hear. Say it, let me hear. You ain't going to say it. You don't really want to say that. Because that word, although maybe 50 years ago or even 60 years ago, to say it wouldn't really mean, it would mean what it's supposed to mean. But it has been taken over by, if you want to call it a movement, that has so much power in this world that they have captivated the word that you can't even use it. The colors that people call the rainbow colors, people are afraid to wear them now. It's the rainbow colors, put it on them, man. It's the same colors of the chakra, the chi colors that we're talking about. Put it on. Yeah, people afraid to wear it. Yeah. I mean, maybe laughing, but I'm just showing you how demonic our environment is. And this is how the killers design it. So now you literally get initiated into all these different waves of thinking and pathways and channels. That's why the light vision has so many channels. Because you could pick this channel or pick that channel. You're going through a channel. And they channel you and give you different characters to help you to form your life. The worst thing is to make your youths learn to talk and behave from the television, man. Wow. So this is why we began on this level. With the language, with the words, with the utterances, and how the enemy, as I said, young trees, how the enemy utilize even the knowledge of who we are and deal with it in the wordplay and activities. Because the children are on the front line, soldiers on the front line that get shot down first, you call them infant trees. Infant trees. From nursery, kindergarten, infant trees. That's why as soon as they're born, you shoot them up with all kind of stuff. Infant trees. So in the fullness of this series that we're doing, it's all about guarding these young ones. And we will be going into the full, the full expression of the secret science behind the cartoons. But we had to begin like this, and I'm sure anyone that understands the science will value this first episode of the series again, the secret science behind the cartoons. And as I said, this is just episode 1. Give thanks. Now again, at least at the completion of this, I'll be sending this recording straight to the inbox, email inbox, to all those who have already subscribed to the Mystic Vibration Shock of the Hour monthly programming. And let me just repeat for those who may not know of or understand the science behind that. Everything is a science, for a very small amount of 50 United States currency, dollars. And as I said, if you understand the value of what you will receive, I think small amount is a very appropriate term to use. One will receive the nightly edition of the Mystic Vibrations Shock of the Hour. Of course, you know the Shock of the Hour, like we just completed the Shock of the Hour here, and that's done. You'll get it every morning or every evening after the program. It just comes straight to your inbox in your email. Keeping in mind that the Mystic Vibration is aired every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 6 p.m. right here on Radio Anu, radioanu.com. And for anyone that will be, if I decided that we will put this one on the YouTube, so if you're viewing this on the YouTube, the link would be in the description just below this video. You can just go into the description and press the link, and it carries you straight to Radio Anu. And as I said, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 6 p.m. until you have the Mystic Vibration. And the Shock of the Hour is the meat of the program. And when that's completed, we just send it to you in your email, in your inbox. And for the whole month, as long as the subscription lasts. And all you have to do is to either WhatsApp us or give us a call at our area code 12687283162, or you could definitely email us, Priest Isaac, let me repeat, Priest Isaac 27 at gmail.com, and we definitely correspond with you. And all you have to do is just let us know if it's via text or you contact us. Blessed Love Priest, I would like to subscribe to the monthly Mystic Vibration Shock of the Hour program, and that's all. So as I said, this is just part one of the secret science behind cartoons. So tomorrow we'll be coming with part two, and we'll go. I know this is gonna take a little while if we're gonna really a little mile, not wild. We're not wild. We're mild. It's gonna take a little mile before we really put it to its finale, you know. So I'm looking forward to continuing on this trend. So give thanks for your presence with us. Give thanks for the life giver and the keeper of life. As I said, you don't have to go anywhere. This is Radio Anu, radioanu.com, the international flavor, the universal spice. Any hour of the day, Radio Anu is blasting. No matter what hour of the day, you can tune into Radio Anu and you'll be surely comforted. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for much more programming. Holy King Selassie, Jah Rastafari. Until